What is up, guys? Welcome this Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Welcome to the Lcg Podcast. That's right, Latin Consulting Group. I'm Charles Ricky. This is Mr. Elio Piedra, Elio the Fiesta Piedra. And we are Lcg Podcast. You know what we do? Bringing you marketing news, bringing you advice, bringing you tips, bringing you all types of marketing information each and every week, every Tuesday and Thursday here at the Lcg Podcast via Fiesta Media, which is one of our sponsors, right, Elio?
Yes.
Bringing it, baby. What do you got going on?
A lot, man. A lot. I am super excited to be back.
Nice, baby. You know how we do each and every week. And also shout out to our sponsors. We got Brian Knepp with B Print and Design, bringing you apparel just like this awesome LCG hat. So if you guys want some apparel, want some information, please reach out to us. We'll put you in contact with Brian. By the way, he helps vectorize logos too. He helped us design our logo that Elio's got. He's got his shirt on today.
Yeah. So what is your shirt?
I know, I'm repping the hat, but I don't have my shirt on today. So
yeah. You have the hat, I have the t-shirt, so it's like crossing over.
Yeah, exactly. But we're still repping either way. And of course, shout out to Remax Professionals, Jeremy, Gary, and their entire team of agents doing great things from Lake City to Gainesville and everything in between. Think about that. Gainesville to Lake City, everything in between. Remax Professionals has you covered. So you can call them and they'll help you out. But if you don't know, you want us to put you in connection with them, reach out to us. We'll put you in the hands with the man himself. So shout out to our sponsors. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And let's get right into it. Right? Let's get right into it. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring you some marketing news today. We're going to talk some topics. We're going to talk some marketing tips. And we're just going to get right into it. Here we go.
Perfect. Okay, so we have the first marketing news. But before we do that, I wanted to ask the audience, leave a comment below and say what type of marketing news would you like us to bring. Okay, and also number 2, leave a comment below. Where are you watching from? Are you watching from the United States? Or hey, by the way, are you watching the Olympic Games? Because there is a lot going on with the Olympic Games, and we're gonna touch base about that this coming week. We're just giving some times because we have some finals coming up just today and tomorrow. Yep. So stay tuned because we're gonna be analyzing how is the marketing playing its role within the Olympic Games. So the first, talking about Olympic Games and sports and all of that, this is the first one. Let's get into it, Charlie.
So this is a really cool story because obviously, guys, we're in Gainesville. And you guys know about Gatorade. Gatorade, founded in Gainesville, right? And we have the Cade Museum that has a fantastic exhibit with Gatorade, talks about the history. You can get samples. It shows you all types of cool stuff. But we want to show you this because, guys, this is Gatorade's CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer, Kalen Thornton. All right, this is Kalen Thornton, and I want to share this because I didn't know that he was the CMO of Gatorade. Kalen is an ex-Dallas Cowboys player. He's an ex-athlete, and once he retired from football and sports, he went into Gatorade, and he's now doing some fantastic things. But here's the story. Gatorade was on top of the world. They were doing some great things, right? Everyone knows Gatorade. Elio, what's your favorite color of Gatorade?
Orange.
Orange, nice. I like the green one myself. So Gatorade was doing some great things, and then they started falling off, guys. They started falling off, and Kalen Thornton has had to do some things to basically get them back into the marketing spotlight. And one of them was, now you know there's all these energy drinks and there's these like diet drinks and there's these different water, vitamin water and all types of stuff. So Gatorade is getting into that business, guys. They're getting into the mineral water, vitamin water, diet, drinks. They're expanding to basically compete with everything out there. And I thought it was interesting because since 1965, Gatorade has pretty much dominated. You know what I mean? And now you have brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Elio, that own a bunch of companies and that are using that powerful marketing to basically surpass what Gatorade has done for years. And everyone knows Gatorade's the original like energy type, electrolytes drink. Everyone knows Gatorade, but now they got to come back. So I just thought this was a cool story because, you have an athlete who was in the sport playing, drinking Gatorade, and now helping that brand to basically take the next step. One of the products, guys, is Gatorade Zero. Gatorade Zero with no calories. There's Gator Light. There's G Organic. there's G juiced. So there's going to be a juiced based on Gatorade. So they got a bunch of crazy things like that they're going to come out that you're going to start seeing in the market to compete with everything. I just thought it was different because, he worked 10 years with Nike, this guy, Elio.
Oh, wow.
So he has some experience with Nike. He has some experience on the field, and now he's bringing that to Gatorade. And we just want to share that because obviously Gainesville, Gatorade, it touches home here. And just know that you're going to see some new stuff coming out. And when you see it on the shelves, know that you heard it here at LCG Podcast first through the marketing news.
This is great, brother.
What do you think about this?
I think it's awesome because as an athlete, you actually, it makes sense. It makes sense. You as an athlete using like a sport drink and kind of like understanding the importance of it. But I have a question. So is he from Gainesville as well?
That's a good question. I do not think he is from Gainesville. I'm definitely going to look that up. That is a fantastic question. I just know he's an athlete, and he's been around. He worked at Nike for 10 years. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, he definitely has some experience in the sports world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like he's more from Texas.
Yeah. But they also started a campaign in late May called "Greatness Starts with G." Think about that. Greatness starts with G. You know what I mean? So they're really kind of switching things up and not just sticking to the Gatorade. They're using the G, and they're really expanding the horizon. So, getting into energy drinks, you got to stay with the market, guys. So whatever your product is out there, are you staying with the trends? You know what I mean? If you have a whatever it is, drink, ice cream, food, certain category, are you staying with the trends? Are you ahead of the trends? Yeah. Are you a trendsetter?
Yeah, actually, talking about trends, remember like this past Tuesday we were talking about taglines. Oh, last week I guess we were talking about taglines and the importance of that. And I want to expand on this tagline, greatness begins with G, because I remember I was on the airplane on my way to LA, and I was watching this documentary about greatness and the athletes, and how how to know that when someone is gifted, right, especially in the sports field, and they are talking about greatness and all of this. And there is actually a book based on this documentary that is called Greatness. And now they are keeping that, like, greatness begins with G. And I am wondering the strategy behind this. It is more about dipping into motivational mindset type of standpoint than the actual product. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
They are trying to build this inspiration, environment for not only for the athletes that are going to be using it, but for people itself. Because everybody likes Gatorade. Let's face it. But when you are tapping into greatness, you are kind of like the message. What is the message behind that? Like, you can experience greatness by just getting close to it, by just having Gatorade in your environment, and it's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you feel great. Yep. So taglines, environment, and the message behind the tagline, and what is the story.
Last week we were talking about taglines, remember?
Yeah,
that's
right. I think this is great, and there is greatness in that timeline.
Yep.
I love it. So I just wanted to put that out there. And
and if you guys want more info, look this up, guys. This is in pretty recent marketing news. I think it's a fun story. I think Gatorade's doing its thing, and like I said, you heard it here first on the LCG Podcast.
Oh, yeah. And now we have this one that is a very interesting, kind of like switching it up a little bit. Charlie, you want to explain?
Yeah, this is really switching it up, and this is more about this isn't. It's directed to marketing, but this is more about, how employees are the front lines, Elio.
Yes.
They're the ones that represent you. They wear the logo. They wear the uniform. They should perform well so that it makes your brand look good, right? So, why brands must face up to the employee burnout crisis. Basically, what this story is telling you guys is it's been a year and a half of the pandemic and the crisis. I don't know what kind of work you've been going on, but it's been stressful, Elio. It's been stressful for a lot of people. Revenue's down. In some markets, revenue's up. And you've had to work from home. dealing with the wife, dealing with the kids. Now there's a hybrid situation. Are you going to the office? Are you going home? Employees might be stressed out. So what we wanted to remind you guys is that employees, they're your marketing frontline. And are you incentivizing them to keep them happy so that they can be advocates of your brand? That's all I wanted to portray in the story. The story is basically, are your employees being burnt out, right? Through the crisis, through the pandemic, through working at home, going back to the office, a hybrid system, all that stuff. And what we want to tell you in marketing is that your employees are your front line. They represent you, especially if you have a ton of them out there, especially if you don't see them. If you have drivers, Elio, they have a uniform. If you have sales staff like myself representing my company, you know what I mean? Lifestyle marketing, what do we talk about? Lifestyle marketing. It never ends. And if you embrace that, then you really want to do something, guys, to incentivize your employees. What do you think, Elio?
I mean,
dangle the carrot. You know what I mean?
I think that not only employees, but I think people in general, they are just tired of like freaking Zoom and all of that. I mean, just to give you an example, my own sponsors, I had like multiple sponsors who had like a group of almost 20 people used to get together to do like Zoom meetings. Every sponsor where you will say who you are, what you do, and all of that. And you know what? Like, people stopped coming. And I was wondering why. Because we were bringing speakers, motivational topics, strategic planning and marketing. And people just they got tired of Zoom. They got tired of, they got burned out. Because people wanted to, we want to go back so bad to normal and to the B2B business, the one-on-one conversations, the interactions, all of that. And I don't know, it's somehow employees, as Charlie mentioned, they are in the front line. They are actually having to be like getting phone calls, getting meetings, getting conference calls, or conference meetings with, like you see in the picture, like 8, 10, 12 people behind you. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can knock. And then your kids probably, if you are at your house, yelling at the back, or if you are at your office, is boring. So people are, I will say, like, even depressed. Okay.
Yeah,
people are feeling bad.
Yeah, they're trying to manage. They're trying to do what they can, Elio, but they want to get back in person. So, little things you can do, guys. Like Elio, this is a good one. Can you provide a once a month mental health week?
Yeah.
Let's bring in a speaker, maybe in person, not Zoom.
Yes.
But no, can we do an event, Elio? We do a mental health week for your employees, guys. If you have a good amount of employees, are you doing something to help them with their mental health? Are you incentivizing them so that they're happy in their job? I'm not saying to give them more money because you already pay them well. That's what I'm not saying. I'm saying dangle a little something to remind them that we appreciate you. These are stressful times, and we're going to support you because you are an ambassador of our brand or my brand. So we just want to bring this story to light because I thought it was cool. It's something you as a CEO, as an owner, as a marketing director can get with your team and really embrace the employees. And guys, we said this, remember, Ellie, it was like 4 or 5 episodes ago?
Yes.
If your employees are happy and they're going to kick butt for you, that is a powerful marketing tool that can be used as an advantage, guys. They're going to go out there and say, I love where I work. I love my boss, always wearing your logo, wearing your shirt around. So if you're not doing this, guys, think about it. Maybe employ some kind of, partner with someone, partner with a local, a doctor, a local physician, or someone with mental health and come in and maybe speak or something. So
yeah, and talking about mental health and all of that, Charlie, I think we just mentioned sport.
Yep.
Now we're jumping to mental health, and we must. I think it is a
must.
Yeah, it's a must right now. What is happening? What just happened? I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago with Simone Biles, when actually she dropped from the finals. I want to make a comment here because, again, we're talking sports, we're talking mental health and all of that. And what happened with Simone Biles, it is extremely huge. Well, number one, first of all, she has so much pressure on her shoulders, like so much. And she's representing Team USA. She has responsibility to be successful as always, as she always has been. But what happened here was that she felt that pressure out of control. And she stopped for a second and say, hey, my emotional health, my mental health, my stability as a human being is not well right now.
Yep.
And she decided to actually give the opportunity to other members that maybe they could do a good job. She felt on her heart that they could do a better job, even though she knows she's the best. Okay? But she dropped, and she gave that opportunity. And unfortunately, they couldn't make it to gold. It's a very honorable silver medal. But people are now criticizing her.
Oh, man. Elio, I've been seeing that on social media, and I want to go crazy. Let me tell you something. If you're watching this and you're one of those people criticizing Simone Biles, I'm going to tell you right now, she doesn't owe you anything. Yes. Zero. She owes you nothing.
Yes.
In fact, how about this? She's given more to people than you have, 100%. So if you're out there criticizing her, you are out of your freaking mind. Unless you've donated to charities and you do this and you do that, don't even talk to me, because she doesn't owe you or anyone anything. All you can do is try to be a fan and respect her decision. That's it. Do we want to see her compete? Yeah, of course we did. But her mental health is important. And for the people criticizing her out there, it's insane. This story, Elio, has I love that she was out there cheering her team really hard and all that good stuff, because it's not easy, I'm sure, what she went through. That being said, she'll be back. She's a young girl. I think she's going to get stronger with this, and she'll come back, even better.
But most importantly, let me tell you something else. So mental health, it is a huge topic in this country that sometimes it is underestimated, especially on athletes, especially on employees, and especially on people that they have a lot of pressure on their shoulders, and people they act like they just don't care, right? They just don't care. We care about you bringing that medal, we care about you, but what about actually Simone Biles, the human being, not the athlete, but the human being that has emotions, that has feelings, and actually it's really humbling what she did. Like giving that opportunity to someone else. Maybe imagine if she actually came out with a different mindset of ego, or it's me, I know because I am Simone Biles, I can do it anyhow. Yeah, she probably could do it, but regardless of who she already is, she's everything, just not gymnastic. But regardless of that, she was humble enough to say, hey, I think I should do this. This is what I must do right now. Pass this opportunity along, because I'm going to be giving the opportunity to other members of the team, and most importantly, I am going to be giving myself the opportunity to stay healthy, which is it's priority number one. But I like what you said, like Charlie, that people act like she owns me everything. Oh, because we should have that gold medal. Yeah, I mean I wish that we could had it, but again, we're talking about a lot of pressure that is being on her shoulders for a long time. She's been competing in the Olympic Games, several times, All-American, all around American, several times. She's the best of all times, ladies and gentlemen. And people still criticizing that. I know Olympic Games is big. I know it's big. I know bringing that to the level it's no big deal. I know it's a big deal, okay? It is a big deal. But even bigger than that, it is her health and the mental health of all Team USA athletes. So think about that.
And your employees.
And your employees. And your employees.
Correct.
And marketing wise, I am wondering, because a lot of people are talking about this from different standpoints, but since we talk marketing and branding, I have the question and I have the wonder in my mind what her sponsors have to say about this.
Oh, no, listen. Okay. From a marketing perspective,
Yes.
we're thinking with our heart here. We're just talking marketing.
Yeah.
Her sponsors are loving this. They're
Exactly.
high-fiving each other in the office. They're like, "Oh my God, this is going to be fantastic."
Yes.
We now have a beautiful person that is doing the right thing. Oh my God. They're going to embrace that and they're going to jump all over it. By the way, she's going to acquire new sponsors, Elio. This is going to get her more sponsors. I'm not saying this was done on purpose. That's why we took emotion out. We're just talking from a marketing perspective.
Yes.
She's going to blow up because of this.
Exactly, because even people that are talking bad about Simone, they are helping her.
Oh my God, I'm telling you. Yeah.
She's all over the news. This is breaking news, by the way.
Yeah,
It
for
was
sure.
just yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't remember now, but hey, this is all over the place and it's good for her and her new sponsors that are coming up and all of that. So, we applaud the fact like Simone took, her mental health seriously, because sometimes athletes don't. And it costs not only money, but it costs in a long term, like your personal health, it costs you a lot.
Yeah.
And we don't want that for not for athletes, but for anybody.
By the way, let's say she's not in the right mindset, Elio, and she took one of those crazy triple jumps and just lost her mindset and broke her knee. There goes her career. So, in a way, it's unfortunate, but she's not dumb.
Exactly.
She's a smart girl.
Yeah.
She knows she can get hurt. She knows it's not the right time, and she'll be back. So
awesome.
I think, I'm glad we touched on this. This is very important. So thank you, Elio. Appreciate that.
Yes, fantastic. Okay, so go Simone.
All right.
Next, we have this topic.
This is a really interesting story, guys, and we're not making this up. This is marketing news, and we are the LCG Podcast. You know what we do? We bring energy, enthusiasm, and information when it comes to marketing. So we want to share this story with you guys. The story is, can marketers restore trust and transparency in agency relationships, guys? This is big. You guys know there's a ton of agencies out there. I work with a bunch of agencies. Elio works with a bunch of agencies. And it says marketers are becoming increasingly disenfranchised by the lack of transparency in agency relationships, but there's steps that you can help restore. What it's saying, guys, is that somewhere, Elio, between the client and the agency, there's not really a relationship. There's a big gap, and it's more like the agency saying, just trust us, we're the agency, we're going to do our thing, which in many cases, that's why you pay the agency, right? You trust them because their relationships, their insights, their know-how, their connections, et cetera, et cetera. But there's not a relationship, perhaps, as there would be with maybe a direct salesman or something like that. By the way, this story is very unique, Elio, because some agencies are great at this and some agencies are not great at this. Yeah. So we want to tell you as marketing people is that when you're a CEO and you're thinking of hiring a marketing director, or you're thinking of getting with an agency, right? Do your research, guys. There's a ton of agencies out there that have different mindsets. Remember, we've told you from the beginning of the LCG podcast, Elio's in Fiesta Media, right? He does podcasts, he does video production, he does a lot of wonderful things. I work with Odyssey, largest podcast content creator and radio broadcaster in the U.S. Awesome company. That being said, we're going to come on this podcast and be very unbiased and talk about everything. Talk about print, talk about TV, talk about billboards, talk about digital, talk about all types of media platforms, and just give you ideas on all of it. This is the same thing when it comes to an agency, Elio. You want to do your research and find out maybe the agency likes digital. Yeah. Maybe the agency doesn't like radio. Yeah. Maybe you're going in, the agency hates television, and the whole time you think they have your best interest, and you're like, why aren't you buying TV? They're like, nah, TV doesn't work. Are they really saying that, perhaps they just don't like it? Or maybe it's like radio doesn't work. I mean, is that their own personal belief? They're supposed to be giving you the best solution possible. Yeah. And there's a big disconnect. What do you think about this?
Well, I think that this is actually, it's funny because it's a little bit to the marketing tip of the day. But what I think about this story is that you don't have to, as an agency, you don't have to make choices or make decisions based on your personal, I will say, the things that you like. Okay?
Yes,
the things that
exactly.
you personally like. Because it's not about you, it's about the ultimate goal of your client.
Correct.
Okay? I am talking from an agency perspective, right? For
Yep.
example, I have worked as a client with different agency and as an agency with different clients, and there is always and staying away from what you like and what you dislike. It is about what is going to be effective for the ultimate goal of this client. What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate result and numbers that you are trying to reach?
We know how we always talk about blended media campaign, Elio.
Yep.
Having the plan, creating a blended media campaign. Now, if your agency or your someone you're talking to has analytics for you that can back this up, fantastic. But a red flag is going to an agency and they're like, yeah, we're going to give you the best solution possible, but we hate radio or we hate television, or you know what, podcasts don't really work. No one listens to podcasts. Yeah, we don't really like podcasts. You need to have an open mindset. You need to have an open mindset. You need to have a blank canvas, and you need to find out what the customer is trying to accomplish, right? Find out what they're trying to do, where they're trying to get to. Dive deep into the customer needs, into what they're trying to do, what they're trying to hit with the ROI. I mean, so that you can put the best plan together. And then that plan might entail TV, radio, print, billboards, etc.
Yes.
Or the agency is going to tell you, look, you don't have that big of a budget. Here's the best thing that you can do. But it cannot be because my best friend owns a TV station, and so I'm going to give all my money that way. Do you see where I'm going with this, Elio?
Yeah.
Or my best friend owns a print advertising company, and I'm going to go all out because I have a relationship. You really need to think about the relationship that you have with your agency, and if that's even a relationship that you should have. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, you got to be careful.
Correct.
It's just like this is a marketing tip of the day. Right? We're going to go with the bumper. I missed the bumper. I got to tell you guys. So we're going to go with the bumper. And when we come back, it is marketing tip of the day. All right. So this is the marketing tip of the day. When Charlotte said, what do you think anyway? What I think is that you have to make sure that you are working with an agency that is transparent with you.
Yes.
You cannot work with an agency that is actually working based on their own opinions, based on their own interest.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
A great agency is the one that works for you, for your interest, the interest of the ultimate goal of your business. So make sure you do that, and that's the freaking marketing tip of the day, and I love it.
By the way, if you need some consulting, reach out to us. Put a message. We'll definitely help you out.
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
It's all about coming up with creative ideas, enthusiasm, and just coming up with the right plan. So that we just want to say, guys, that transparency. Elio said it best. If you're looking for an agency, it's not for everyone. If you're looking for an agency, transparency is huge, guys. Make sure analytics are being given to you. Make sure the I's are being dotted, T's are being crossed. I mean, there's a lot of analytics when it comes to radio, when it comes to digital advertising that I can provide my clients so that they know what's going on. Make sure you're getting that same transparency through your agency. So awesome. That's it. That's the marketing tip of the day.
Yeah, we are almost going, guys. So we want to thank you all for, sticking around with us. Remember that you are enjoying the Lcg Podcast every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. o'clock Eastern Time, live on Facebook and YouTube.
And guys, we got some awesome guests lined up for you guys. We have literally 3 or 4 guests lined up. We just need to get dates down, and we're going to have some guests on to talk marketing, because you don't want to hear from us each and every week. We bring some fun stuff, but it's nice to have some guests on. The real people out there doing their thing, just like we've had Gary on, we've had Brian on, we had Pablo on, right? Yep. Pablo on talking Clubhouse. I love that. That was a good episode. So we're going to have more guests on that are out there doing the marketing thing each and every day, because that is what we believe in. Like Elio's shirt says, lifestyle marketing. Lifestyle marketing. Live, breathe marketing. And just to give you a little insight, next week, we're going to be talking about contest marketing ideas. Contest marketing ideas, which, by the way, there's a bunch of different things you can do that. We're not talking about just a giveaway. We're talking about maybe giving a product, maybe having your own services. You speak at an event as a giveaway. So enough on that. We're going to talk contest marketing next week. And it's been fun, guys. I think we're within our time. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern, each and every week. We are the LCG Podcast. We're out. Peace.